intermission. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Hi. Okay. We maintain ourselves cool because my radiator be overheating. Two, I need to have Wi-Fi because I don't have no service in my house. And just overall, not as much projections as disturbances. So for right now, we're trying to make this space work, okay? But we do have some interruptions along the way. But it's Friday, so I just wanted to share with y'all, okay? Okay, first of all, when I left my house, I realized that there is an energy of anxiety and burnout and just rage baiting. And it's the weekend. So we do not want to allow anybody to rage bait us, make us anxious, and make us feel like we're burning out. Like we were not entertaining that this weekend. And if you realize that anybody is projecting that energy towards you, you need to release it. Also, very important. This is a season right now where people are realizing, very mindful of who you yourself to. Oh, it says it's reconnecting. Up, guys, connecting. I don't know if it's be, so we're just going back and watching my. It keeps going in and out, so I'm gonna just keep going. So, anyways, so as I mentioned, the anxiety, the burnouts, the rage baiting, but there was something come in here and speak to y'all about. For some reason, I wrote this last night. Okay, hold on, it's here. All right, in this time right now, whatever you're doing, you have to make sure to honor your bond with God. Make sure that anything you invest yourself into is emotionally fulfilling with the depths that work through it. Substance, things that short substance, you know. There's a word for it. I'll come back to it. Is it superficial? Yes, things that are of superficial content and substance, and you just stay away from it, like because it's not fulfilling to you. You need depth, and you need to honor that you need depth because you a deep person, you a deep soul. And also, in these times, you need to respect your spiritual and creative autonomy. A lot of us have been influenced into thinking that we have to follow the conditioned mindset of what man wants us to do. I'm talking about mankind in general. Certain people want you to work with confirmation. Okay, so we back. I'm gonna just keep going and coming as wait, let me see. Okay, hold on. Okay, it says it's connected to Wi-Fi. Okay, it says it's connected to, yes it is. It says it's connected to the Wi-Fi. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so I can honestly say that for the past year, my personal, like I've been fighting with myself, like negative talk, like I was just mentioning to Jay, was about the fact that everybody around me expect me to live a certain lifestyle or have a certain job, or because of all my professional certificates or my professional background and experience, like why don't you have this, why don't you have that, why are you not doing this, why are you not doing that? Because that is not part of the mission, a part of the purpose. And I understand that God has allowed me to experience different environments and circumstances and people so that I can master myself through every different experience. But that doesn't mean that I have to be stuck there or limited there. And at the moment, I've actually found what's fulfilling to my soul, what is actually fueling my mission, the journey, the purpose. And it doesn't include anything that most people follow because I have found my path. I answer the call for me. And for a lot of people, that's just how it is right now. And you have to honor that about yourself. So for the past year, I was literally like fighting myself because although I'm limited to certain things, I have so much peace spiritually because I'm following what my soul tells me to do, what God says is good for me, and ultimately was fueling. But to everybody else, it was like, oh, da, 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 da. So I decided to cut off everybody else. And yes, it's been a little rough, I ain't gonna lie. My little feet has had to do a lot of walking and a lot of work. But guess what? At the end of the night, when we come home and we've walked 10,000 plus steps, but we are fueled and filled and just happy because everybody I spoke to, whether it was something enlightening, as in a learning lesson, or enlightening for somebody else or fueling to somebody else, that exchange, whatever it was that I did it for me. And internally, what I did for me that blessed me mirrored to other people that were deserving or needing of it. And so that's where we are in these times, where if you are the best of yourself, then you can be the best for others. And don't be afraid of focusing on the best for you, although it looks differently to others. Okay? Ooh. And for the past couple of days, God brought to me the whole book of Revelation, which I completely finished, and the book of Esther. So, y'all remember, no deed, whether good or bad, ever disappears or is forgotten. Okay, and then the next part. Okay, so we spoke about gratitude. Well, I'm always speaking about gratitude. I also realized that with the movie The Shack, it was about forgiveness and about understanding that a lot of people project their energies because they haven't forgiven themselves. So if you are going through a season right now where you're a little unsettled and you're dealing with stuff, you need to forgive so that you can move forward. I know it hurts. I know them folks did you bad, but you gotta forgive them. Release. Mind your peace. Okay, ooh. And then, we're going down the list, y'all. Going down this. There's a lot in here. Okay. It's been really hot, extremely hot lately. And in the book of Revelation, when I was reading the book of Revelation, it reminded me of the fire spirits and how God even controls the fire spirits. And whenever people are manipulating through witchcraft and spell work and all that type of stuff, natural elements have to come into practice, right? And so, right now, for some reason, we personally need to pray for deliverance. Like, there is something community, collectively, that we are connected to that we need to remove ourselves from. And this is why all this heat, I mean, it's already hot, but it's not a natural heat. And it's because that power of God, that flame is around us, protecting us. But at the same time, the ancestors and the elements and everything like that, they doing what they need to do. So if you see things that are going on in your community, whether here where we live, if you follow me from here, or around you, because humanity is all connected, pray for the deliverance of yourself, those around you, and even those you don't know, because a lot of people, they don't have a direction. And your word, your prayers actually helps a lot of people, whether you want to believe it or not. And then remember, there's a time for everything. Go to the book of Ecclesiastes if you need to. Remember that nature loves you. I wrote that. I don't know what thought I was going. Ooh, I know what thought I was going through. I opened up my Bible. There was a scripture that I just opened up to, and there was a tiny little leaf that was shaped like a heart. I'll take a picture and upload it, and maybe tie the, I don't know, I'll figure it out, but I'll upload it. And it was so cute. And as I was writing, oh, nature loves you. So yeah, and then, you know what I've been thinking a lot lately? And I know there's a lot in this video. I noticed how, by the way, y'all, I'm not part of any church. I just gotta say this in case anybody feels like I ain't saying what the church saying. I just gotta put that out there. Okay, so you know how the Bible, the book teaches us and actually shows you how the Word was with God, and the Word became flesh and it came down and all that. But then the Word also teaches you about wisdom, but it never shows you exactly who she is and why. And then I realized that God didn't want y'all to know who wisdom was, because if y'all killed the Word, imagine what you would do to wisdom. And therefore, I was having that thought, and I actually got brought to Luke 8:1-2, where it talks about like Jesus and the 12 disciples, and Mary Magdalene, who had been cleansed from the 7 demons, was moving all around and moving on and teaching and all that type of stuff. Well, if you think about the demons that she was cleansed from, those are really just the 7 entities and vices that we need to clear for ourselves. And how do we clear that? With the different actually matching virtues. And every single disciple had a certain gift that would help you move forward, or apostle, not disciple. Apostle would make you move forward, and you mastering or cleansing yourself from either those entities. It's so interesting. I actually had a thought about something, an energy that came around me, and the truck confirmed it. Okay, so anyways, everybody has a specific gift that allows you to clear certain entities in and out of you. And just so you know, everybody has the power to do their own exorcism. I don't know where that came from, but I wrote that down. And right underneath that, I also wrote the acknowledgement of witchcraft, projection, anxiety, burnouts, and rage baiting and all that stuff. So it all ties up together. So I guess today is a day of mastery, of understanding that regardless of whatever is going on in the world, if you are given a task and a mission and a calling to do, you have to do it individually for you. Just like other people have their path to do and their winnings to get, you got yours too. And it's no 2 missions is gonna look alike. Like I was talking to Noah earlier about the same thing. Okay. For a minute there, I totally forgot that I was... Okay. Oh, the Wi-Fi did work, y'all. Okay. Okay. And now the final things that I'm going to give you guys to go read. And I'm going to start uploading pictures of like the books I read and stuff like that. Because a lot of people think I'm gatekeeping knowledge. And it's not that I'm gatekeeping knowledge. It's that you can't give everything to everybody, because then they demonize it or weaponize it. So we got to give it to you in doses. Okay? Make sure the medicine don't become poison. Okay. I already said the book of Revelation, because things have been revealing. Psalm 63. Whoever needs that, go read it. Amos 5:13-15. Ezekiel 46, 1 through 3. I'm tie tongue, y'all. and then Psalms 31, 24 through 31. So you can go ahead and read that. And then basically, in like all of the journal and everything that I was like, when I was writing down the notes, I realized that ultimately just be thankful for your peace, your space, the pace, the grace that you're receiving. Because y'all remember, God don't have to have mercy. He gives it unconditionally. All right? Okay, so I have a ghost tour and I need to decompress and prepare for that. Oh, and last but not least, because I realize I'm into the full understanding. I realized it months ago, but I'm fully accepting and understanding that yes, there is mental manipulation and a lot of things that is going on. And if you don't believe in this type of stuff, then unfortunately you might be in the wrong page, because I'm going to be talking a lot about spell work and all of that. I can't be truly who I am without incorporating the fact that I am a light of this, and this is what I was chosen to share. And part of what I do here historically and ancestrally is educate people about the functions of black and white magic and how people were oppressed by it but also received autonomy through it. And so I'm going to be sharing about that. So yes, currently there's a lot of mental manipulation, there's projections or struggle, there's people doing witchcraft on others, church folks, non-church folks, community, government, your own people, your family, all that type of stuff. I'm literally going to be speaking about that, not all the time, because glory to God first, but knowing that God created light and dark, and also understanding that He allows darkness to do what they need to do so that su voluntad se efectúe, His will is brought about. Y'all, the Spanish English translations, right? So I know that in order for light to bring about, darkness has to, you know. So I am going to be, yes, promoting positivity and, you know, being that light. But I'm going to also remind y'all, it gets dark. Just like the sun goes, well, the sun don't ever go down, but yeah, you know. So we going to share that because we got the flying monkeys, we got the monitoring spirits, we got the energy vampires, we got the mental manipulators, we got all of that. And each one teach one. I want y'all to do great. Like, that's the whole point of this entire experience, so that all of us can reach our greatness, and then we can be the paradisiacal beings that we are supposed to be. How am I going to live in paradise and be a paradisiacal being but not show y'all how to embrace and reach that light? It'll be selfish if I'm just out here pumping rum and money to y'all, when in reality, there is so much more to life than just that. And you know what? If I'm the only person that's going to talk about it, then I'm good with that. Okay. Shout out to Chino for pumping me with good energy today. Noah, you're a sweetheart. Keep supporting your family. And you keep allowing yourself to embrace the fact that you're not going to let nobody rage bait you. You know what you're doing. Sierra, you are bomb. You're a beautiful young lady. And everybody else along the way that I spoke to today. Like, y'all make a difference every time I'm out here. And just so you know, and I'm going to keep reminding you guys because people tend to forget, I spend a lot of time in my home due to the type of lifestyle I live. I do not have any type of service in my house, and sometimes I barely even have power. Oh, and then that water be a whole struggle too. So I get to share when I come out in public and have better connectivity. So that's when you guys are gonna get me, okay? You get what you get when you get it, and that's just how it is. All right? Adios. Talk to y'all later.